Archangel Michael says, someone within your family, someone you never suspected, someone who smiled in your face with love yet held venom in their heart, has finally been exposed by the light of God. Their name, their deeds, their secret betrayal is no longer hidden. What was whispered in the dark has now been declared in the light. The pain you once carried in silence is now known in heaven. God has seen every tear, heard every silent cry, and today, He sends me to you with truth, with healing, and with divine justice. Comment Amen to affirm that you receive this divine protection. The snake who sat at your table and drank from your cup, the one who disguised envy as love and bitterness as kindness, has been caught in the act. Their manipulation, their gossip, their curses cloaked in family ties are now broken by the hand of the Almighty. You were chosen not to be destroyed, but to be refined through this fire. God allowed you to walk this valley not to abandon you, but to reveal who was for you and who was against you. The face that kissed you while stabbing your spirit has been unmasked by heaven itself. They plotted quietly, thinking their schemes would never reach the ears of God. But heaven is never deaf to the cries of the faithful. You may not have known where the spiritual attacks were coming from, but God did. You may have felt drained for no reason, confused without cause, and constantly in a battle with unseen forces, but now the truth has emerged. This revelation is not to harm you, but to heal you, to empower you, to restore you with wisdom. You must not fear, because the Lord has already stepped ahead of you and closed the mouth of every serpent. If this has touched your heart already, please like this video to stand in agreement with the light of truth and divine restoration. The betrayal did not begin yesterday. It started years ago when seeds of jealousy were planted in someone's heart. They smiled at your blessings while secretly cursing them. They clapped for you when others watched, but behind the scenes, they questioned why you were chosen, why doors opened for you, why you were so loved by others. They couldn't understand why, despite all the storms you faced, you kept standing. What they didn't realize was that it wasn't your strength keeping you standing, it was the hand of God. God says, "You are not weak for loving them, you are not foolish for trusting them." Your heart was pure, and your intentions were sincere. Do not let the betrayal of one turn your heart cold toward all. Your love was never wasted. It became a mirror that exposed their wickedness. You carried them in prayer. You wished them well. But their heart was far from yours, and now God has cleared the path so their poison can no longer reach you. Comment 11:11 if you believe the truth is finally being revealed in your life. This season will be unlike the ones before. What was hidden will now be clear. God is separating you not to isolate you, but to elevate you. You are being protected from what would have spiritually assassinated your peace. That family member, that relative, that one you always defended in front of others, they took your kindness as weakness. They saw your silence as ignorance. But the God you serve is not blind. The God you worship is not mocked. You are His child, and whoever touches His beloved touches the apple of His eye. Now the fire of heaven surrounds you. The gates that were once open to pain are now sealed by the blood of God's mercy. You are moving forward, not in fear, but in holy boldness. Let your heart not seek revenge, for vengeance belongs to the Lord. Release the need to prove your side of the story. God Himself will speak on your behalf. He will defend you in rooms you've never stepped into. He will lift your name in the presence of those who tried to bury it. Your only duty now is to walk forward in peace. The snake is no longer hidden. Their charm is broken. Their whispers fall on deaf ears. What they tried to curse, God has blessed. What they tried to tear apart, God is rebuilding. Your name is being restored. Your dignity is being honored. Your soul is being covered in heaven's healing balm. You will no longer cry over those who were never sent to love you. You will no longer question your worth because of their actions. God is giving you new eyes to see yourself through His truth, not through the betrayal of others. Comment 222 if you trust that God is revealing and removing every secret enemy. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are not foolish. You are favored. You are shielded. You are rising. This moment marks the divine turning point where pain turns into power, betrayal turns into blessing, and brokenness becomes beauty. The time has come for the restoration of your soul. There is no more room for the snake at your table. God has removed them. Do not go back looking for answers. The answer is in your peace. The answer is in your clarity. The answer is in your deliverance. Let your heart breathe now. Let your spirit rest. Heaven is rejoicing because justice has been served in the Spirit. What you lost will be returned in double measure. The love you gave will come back to you pure, multiplied, and holy. You will no longer live in confusion. You will no longer carry the weight of invisible wars. The battle is over. The mask has fallen. God has delivered you from deception. You are being wrapped now in divine light, divine peace, and divine promise. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will steal your peace again. Why is the government hiding this 7-second brain ritual from the public? A leaked CIA document just exposed a brain technique so powerful, it's helping people cancel debt and call in wealth within days. Validated by 4 top neuroscience labs, this method is changing everything. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. They waited for you to fall so they could say, "I knew it," but instead, you rose. They smiled when you stumbled, but God caught you before you hit the ground. This betrayal did not succeed because heaven had already written your name in the book of favor. And now, God says enough. Enough deception. Enough confusion. Enough betrayal cloaked in family ties. The one who brought unrest into your spirit while pretending to offer comfort is no longer allowed access to your inner peace. Comment 333 to declare your faith that God is fighting your hidden battles. God is not revealing this to wound you further, but to deliver you completely. You've been carrying burdens that were never yours to hold. You've been questioning why certain things fell apart, why your spirit felt heavy even in joyful moments, why you felt drained around specific people. You've blamed yourself for the storms others created in silence. But today, a heavenly light has entered your life to bring the clarity and comfort you've been crying for in secret. This is not punishment. This is protection. That person spoke your name with poisoned words behind your back, telling others half-truths and twisting your character to fit their bitter narrative. They used your past as a weapon and your kindness as a shield. But the Lord saw it all. He heard the conversations when no one else was around. He saw the intentions they tried to cover with smiles and hugs. He witnessed how they sowed division and painted themselves as the victim. But now, God is speaking. He is interrupting their lies with your truth. They tried to build their identity around your struggles, taking delight in your moments of weakness, but now God has snatched the narrative from their hands. You will no longer live in the shadow of what they said. You will rise in the light of what God is declaring. This is the moment of spiritual separation. God is cleaning the wounds they caused and sealing the places where their access brought only harm. Their time of influence is over. Their season of manipulation is finished. Comment 555 if you believe that no weapon formed against you will ever prosper. You may have wondered why certain opportunities seem delayed, why some prayers felt unanswered. It was not because God had forgotten you. It was because He was waiting for the snake to be exposed before lifting you higher. He knew that what was attached to you could not go with you. He knew the presence of betrayal could not survive in the purity of the blessings He's about to pour. So He allowed this moment, not to break you, but to release you from what you didn't know was holding you back. God is not only healing your heart, He is now restoring your name. The lies they told will return to dust. The shame they tried to place on you will become the cloth of glory that covers you. Their plans have been scattered like ash in the wind. You are walking into a new realm where only truth can live, only purity can stay, and only genuine hearts can grow beside you. This is not rejection. This is divine redirection. You are not being left behind, you are being lifted up. You may feel grief in this unveiling, but do not mistake it for loss. What you are feeling is your spirit being set free. The tears that fall now are not tears of sorrow, they are the release of heaviness you were never meant to carry. God is unbinding you from soul ties created through false love. He is replacing false loyalty with holy covering. He is building a wall of divine fire around your peace. No one who carries deceit will be allowed near you again. This is your spiritual security system, and heaven has activated it. Comment 777 if you trust that God has removed what was hidden for your protection. In this hour, the Lord is restoring the years you lost trying to fix what was never your fault. He is giving you back the joy that was stolen by lies. He is pouring fresh oil into the places where you bled in silence. The weight is lifting. The fog is clearing. You are no longer in the dark. You are no longer confused. What once seemed like chaos now reveals itself as divine orchestration. Every delay had purpose. Every tear had weight. Every betrayal was the unlocking of a greater promise. So do not harden your heart. Do not let their betrayal poison your love. You are still called to walk in light, to love without bitterness, to rise without revenge. The power of your healing is in your mercy. The glory of your testimony is in your grace. Let God deal with the one who betrayed you. Let him be your voice. Let him be your defense. You were never alone in this battle. I stood beside you. Heaven stood behind you. And now the world will see the radiance that comes after the revelation. You are standing at the edge of your divine unveiling. The heaviness you've carried for so long was not yours to begin with, it was the weight of deception sent to slow your spirit. You felt it every time you questioned your worth, every time you were left out, every time they overlooked your heart and elevated their ego. But now the fog of betrayal has lifted. The storm has passed. What remains is the clarity of God's favor shining upon you like the morning sun breaking through a long and painful night. Comment 999 if you know that your deliverance is here. The Holy Spirit is not just bringing healing, He is establishing divine order in your life. The broken trust, the emotional wounds, the false narratives that tried to define you, they are all being washed away by a supernatural cleansing. You are not being left behind by this removal. You are being preserved. God never meant for you to be surrounded by love that was poisoned with jealousy. He is taking you out of the field of thorns and planting you in a garden of grace. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account overnight? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that's flipping lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth attraction brainwaves. People are now stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. This betrayal was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to birth your discernment. There is wisdom now in your eyes that was not there before. There is strength in your soul that cannot be shaken. You are no longer naive to the intentions of others. You are no longer vulnerable to the shadows that once lurked around your peace. You walk now with the insight of heaven, knowing when to open your heart and when to guard it. God is building you into someone who cannot be fooled again. The family member who betrayed you did not realize they were touching one anointed by the hand of God. They thought they were speaking against you, but they were mocking God's plan. They thought they were pushing you down, but they were only pushing you closer to your purpose. You were never truly alone in those dark moments. I was there, standing at the edge of your sorrow, waiting for the appointed time when heaven would intervene. Comment 1010 if you believe God has stepped into your situation with justice. The deception may have shaken your trust, but it did not destroy your faith. And because your faith remained, even if fragile, God has chosen this moment to rebuild you stronger than ever. He is placing a new garment upon you, one woven not from pain but from purpose. You are stepping into a season where the love you receive will match the love you give. The people around you will reflect your heart, not use it for their own gain. There will be no more hidden agendas, no more spiritual parasites, no more camouflaged cruelty. This is your moment of refinement. God is not just removing the snake. He is restoring the garden. The fruit that once withered from betrayal will bloom again with peace, joy, and truth. You will love again, but this time with discernment. You will trust again, but this time with God's voice guiding every decision. You will rise again, but this time with power rooted in understanding, not ignorance. What was meant for harm has become the foundation of your healing. Let your soul rest in the knowledge that nothing was wasted. Not the nights you cried. Not the prayers you whispered. Not the silence you endured. Every moment was seen by the eyes of the Father, and every tear has been stored as testimony. He is repaying you now, not just with peace, but with the kind of joy that cannot be shaken by what they said or did. You are being crowned with honor in the very place where you were once humiliated. Comment 15:15 if you know God is giving you back everything in divine measure. You are not walking alone into this new season. I am with you, assigned by the Most High to guard your peace, to shield your spirit, to fight battles you no longer need to face. I have encircled you with heavenly warriors, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You are covered in ways you cannot yet see. God has given orders concerning your life, and those orders are irreversible. The betrayal was temporary, but your blessing is eternal. Let your heart not grow bitter. Let your love not grow cold. What they did was a reflection of them, not of you. You remained pure. You remained kind. You remained faithful. And because you stayed true even while walking among snakes, God is lifting you with honor. You are being prepared for a glory that betrayal could not cancel. What was stolen will be restored. What was poisoned will be purified. What was lost will return multiplied. The manipulation they wove around you like a web is now broken strand by strand. Their charm, once convincing, holds no power now. Your spirit is awakening with new understanding. You no longer crave their approval. You no longer feel responsible for the love they withheld. What you called family, God has revealed as a battlefield. But He has not left you defenseless. He has clothed you in discernment. He has trained your heart through the fire. And now, you emerge, not wounded, but wiser, not bitter, but built. Comment 12:12 if you know God has freed you from unseen bondage. You are entering a season of divine clarity. No longer will confusion reign. No longer will you entertain those who only stood near to feed off your light. The divine shift has already begun. God is realigning your steps, reassigning your favor, and restoring your authority. The words spoken in secret rooms to break your spirit will now be used by God to elevate your name. The one who thought they could shape your reputation will now be silenced by the sound of your restoration. They mocked your journey. They dismissed your pain. They saw your struggles as proof that you were cursed. But they did not understand that the valley was not punishment, it was preparation. While they were laughing, heaven was working. While they were lying, angels were being assigned. While they were watching for your fall, God was building a platform beneath your feet. Every loss you endured became a brick in the foundation of your next level. They do not have the final word. God does. They do not control your future. God does. They cannot block what is blessed. God's hand has sealed it. Comment 1717 if you trust God's plans are bigger than every betrayal. There is a supernatural wind blowing over your life now, and it is carrying away the residue of rejection. The scars of betrayal are being kissed by God's healing presence. No longer will you feel the sting of their absence. You are being surrounded by those sent by God, people who will love you without hidden motives, people who will speak life into you, not poison behind you. This is a holy shift, not just a recovery of what was lost, but a complete replacement of what was never real. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest ticket to luxury? Recently leaked research shows a simple brain ritual that's allowing people to attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, this technique is transforming debt into abundance, instantly. Homes, cars, and vacations are just the beginning. If you're seeing this now, you're very lucky, the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. God allowed this exposure to make room for your true tribe, your real covenant connections. You were not created to stay in circles that drained your light. You are a carrier of God's presence, and anything that cannot honor that presence is being removed. That family member, though tied to you by blood, was never tied to your purpose. Their assignment in your life has expired. Let them go. Release the weight. Mourn the illusion, not the person. They were never who you thought they were, but now you know. And knowing has set you free. God is guarding your future with fierce love. What you are about to walk into cannot afford contamination. The joy ahead of you is too sacred. The peace coming to you is too holy. You cannot bring betrayal into your blessing. So heaven intervened. And now, the air around you is clean. The spiritual atmosphere has shifted. You are walking in the fullness of clarity. And where there is clarity, there is power. Comment Amen if you receive this supernatural peace and release. This moment of revelation is not the end of your story, it is the beginning of your rising. You are not what they said about you. You are what God has always known about you. You are the chosen, the protected, the called, the set apart. The betrayal did not disqualify you, it revealed you. It uncovered the depth of your loyalty, the purity of your heart, the strength of your spirit. It proved you were always covered by grace, even when surrounded by darkness. And now, that grace is lifting you into new territory. You are stepping into blessings that were delayed by the warfare. You are receiving answers that were blocked by the presence of betrayal. The noise is gone. The confusion is silenced. What remains is divine direction. You know who you are. You know who God is. And now, you know who they were. The clarity is painful, but it is sacred. And it is yours forever. Let no one tell you that you must return to what God has removed. Let no guilt steal your peace. Let no tradition bind you to a toxic connection. Family by blood does not outweigh purpose by spirit. You are loyal, but you are no longer blind. You are loving, but you are no longer available for emotional abuse. You are chosen, and now you are protected, completely, eternally, and without compromise. For too long, you gave the benefit of the doubt to someone who never intended to see you thrive. They offered kindness dipped in manipulation, compliments laced with competition, and presence that always felt conditional. But you kept loving, kept hoping, kept giving. Now God says, no more. Not because your heart is wrong, but because your calling is too holy to be entangled with hidden enemies. The snake has been caught. And now, your soul is finally safe from their silent strikes. Comment Amen to seal your faith in God's revelation and rescue. You have earned your peace through the fire. Every battle behind closed doors, every false smile you tolerated, every tear you cried in silence, it all carried weight in heaven. And heaven has now moved on your behalf. The pain that once confused you has become the proof that you were marked by God. You were targeted not because you were weak, but because you were anointed. That family member did not hate you because you did anything wrong. They hated the light in you that reminded them of what they chose not to become. This is not the time to seek revenge or try to prove your innocence. This is the time to rise. The time to reclaim your space in the spiritual realm. God is elevating you to places where the poisoned words of that person can no longer reach. He is cleansing your name in rooms where your character was once questioned. He is restoring relationships that were harmed by their lies. And above all, He is reinforcing your heart with new strength, new grace, and new discernment. Comment 11:11 if you believe this is the divine turning point in your life. Your silence did not go unnoticed. You remained quiet to protect peace, to avoid conflict, to honor bonds that were never real on the other side. But your silence was not weakness, it was wisdom. God saw how you bit your tongue when you could have exposed them. He saw how you defended them even when they were the ones tearing you down. And now, because you chose peace over pride, God is fighting this battle for you. And His justice is not partial. It is perfect. He is not only exposing the snake. He is ensuring they can never slither back into your life with another mask. The access they once had is revoked. The influence they once held is erased. You will not have to explain yourself to anyone. God is handling that for you. He is opening the eyes of those who were deceived. He is pulling the veil from the hearts of those who doubted you. The truth is now louder than their lies. And your light is now brighter than their darkness. You are entering a sacred season of redefinition. No longer will you carry the names they tried to attach to you. No longer will you be bound to the identity they tried to shape for you. You are not what they said. You are what God has declared. You are chosen, loved, appointed, and destined. You are the one who walked through the fire and came out gold. You are the one whose heart was broken, but not bitter. You are the one who was betrayed, but not buried. Comment 222 if you trust that God is rewriting your story right now. This pain is now behind you. The heaviness is lifting. What once felt like a burden now becomes a blessing. What once stole your sleep will now serve your purpose. God is using this betrayal to sharpen your vision, to deepen your faith, and to seal your destiny. The enemy came in like a flood, but the Spirit of the Lord has raised up a standard against it. You are untouchable now, not because you are perfect, but because you are protected. What's the buzz behind the 7-second brain trick making headlines? A recently leaked CIA brain ritual is turning heads and bank balances. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this simple home method is turning money blocks into unstoppable wealth flow. Homes, cars, and cash are flooding in. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. The days of wondering who is truly for you are over. God has shown you. The masks have fallen. The truth is revealed. And from this moment forward, you are walking in wisdom. You are walking in peace. You are walking in victory. You will not carry this wound into your future. You will not allow the enemy to keep you stuck in sorrow. This is your hour of divine closure. And it is also your hour of divine beginning. You will see restoration in places you never expected. You will hear apologies from people you never imagined. You will feel a joy that surpasses the sorrow you once knew. Because this is what God does. He turns betrayal into blessing. He turns exposure into elevation. And He turns heartbreak into holiness. Your life is no longer shaped by what they did to you. It is now defined by what God is doing through you. You are not merely recovering, you are being spiritually restructured. What the enemy meant to scatter, God is now using as the foundation for your glory. The heartbreak that once stole your strength is now being transformed into a testimony so powerful it will shift others into healing. That person thought they could control your future by damaging your present. They believed if they stirred enough confusion, they could make you question your worth. But God never left you in their hands. You were in His hands the entire time. Comment 333 if you believe God is raising you above everything sent to break you. You are no longer tethered to confusion, to guilt, or to the burden of wondering why someone who should have protected your heart chose to pierce it instead. God says, you do not need their apology to be free. You do not need closure from the snake when heaven has already sealed the door. The person who played with your peace, who smiled while sabotaging your name, was not just working against you, they were working against the divine plans written over your life since the beginning. But they have failed. Their words have returned to them void. Their intentions have been dissolved in the fire of truth. Their mask, which once fooled even those closest to you, has fallen in the presence of angels. You are not crazy for noticing what others ignored. You are not sensitive for feeling what others dismissed. Your spirit knew. God was whispering. And now, that whisper has become undeniable. The peace you are about to walk in is not ordinary peace, it is sacred. It is the peace that comes after divine warfare, the kind of peace only those who have battled in silence truly understand. You are being flooded with a calm that confusion cannot penetrate, surrounded by a light that no shadow can survive. God is restoring every layer of your identity that betrayal tried to tear away. He is speaking new words over your life, words of healing, of honor, of holy elevation. Comment 777 if you receive this wave of divine restoration over your soul. There is nothing you need to fix. There is nothing you need to prove. Let God vindicate you. Let Him tell your story. Let Him remove the people who tried to become the authors of your downfall. You don't need to fight to be seen. You have already been seen by the one who matters most. And His favor is not silent. His justice is not slow. His timing is perfect, and His hand has already begun lifting you from the ashes of betrayal into the fragrance of blessing. You will breathe again without anxiety. You will walk into rooms without scanning for hidden intentions. You will sleep without spiritual unrest pressing on your chest. You are being delivered not just from the person, but from the wound, from the memory, from the lingering effect of their hidden war against your soul. This deliverance is deep. It is permanent. And it is sealed in the name of the Holy One who reigns above every lie, every attack, every betrayal. There is no need to entertain their return. There is no benefit in reopening the door that God has shut. This is your time to step forward. To create new memories free of deception. To meet new connections that carry no hidden motives. To enter new spaces where your heart can breathe without fear of ambush. God is bringing people into your life who don't just accept you, they honor you, protect you, pray for you, and speak your name in love even when you're not present. Comment 1010 if you trust that God is aligning you with holy, protective connections. You are being prepared for a new season of revelation and reward. The person who betrayed you was not your ending, they were a catalyst. They woke up something in you that had been dormant. They sharpened your discernment. They deepened your prayer life. They forced you to lean on God in a way you never had before. And now, because you stood your ground, because you did not return evil for evil, because you kept your heart aligned with heaven, you are being honored in unseen realms. You are about to see the fruit of all the silent battles you've endured. The blessings will not be hidden. The restoration will not be quiet. God is putting your healing on display. Not to shame your enemies, but to glorify His faithfulness. The same table where they tried to poison your name is the table God is now preparing for your honor. And they will watch, not to be punished, but to witness what happens when God defends His beloved. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not discarded. You are divinely set apart. You are not wounded. You are walking in a new strength birthed in fire and covered by grace. The worst is over. The mask has fallen. The light has come. And your soul is safe in the arms of God. What if just 7 seconds could flip your entire financial life? A shocking CIA leak has revealed a powerful brain ritual that's helping ordinary people wipe out debt and attract wealth beyond imagination. Backed by 4 cutting-edge neuroscience labs, this at-home breakthrough is turning everyday lives into dreams: luxury cars, beautiful homes, endless vacations. But this secret may vanish soon. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. You are now walking through the threshold of a season you've prayed for, one where peace reigns without interruption, where love flows without conditions, where your soul no longer has to flinch in familiar places. God has preserved you in silence, and now He is rewarding you openly. The people who doubted your purity will witness your rising. Those who believed the liar will now see the truth. But more than vindication, this is about freedom. You are no longer chained to what tried to suffocate your spirit. Comment 555 if you know God has finally set your soul free from every unseen battle. The one who betrayed you mistook your silence for weakness, but it was wisdom. They confused your grace for gullibility, but it was mercy. And though you wept when they turned on you, your tears were not wasted. Each one became a seed sown into heaven's soil, and now the harvest is coming. This is the reward of the weepers. This is the lifting of the quiet ones who kept their heart right while surrounded by enemies wearing familiar faces. You didn't ask for this war. You didn't seek revenge. You didn't retaliate, though you had every right. You let God speak for you when your voice felt like it would tremble under the weight of betrayal. And that is why He is rewarding you now, not just with peace, but with a joy so deep it will flood the dry places in your heart that betrayal once cracked open. God is filling you with a joy not dependent on people, not shaken by circumstances, not touched by the voice of your past. Comment 1515 if you believe God is restoring the places inside you that no one saw breaking. What was meant to silence your destiny has only prepared it. The snake in your family who tried to keep you spiritually small has now become the very reason your wings were strengthened. What once wounded you is now fueling your purpose. The betrayal broke the surface, but it also exposed the foundation, and now that the foundation has been rebuilt on truth, you will never fall from the same place again. You have outgrown the warfare that once drained you. The patterns that kept repeating, cycles of guilt, self-doubt, and confusion, are now being shattered in the Spirit. God is not only changing your surroundings, He is rewiring your spirit. You're being upgraded in discernment. You're being elevated in wisdom. You're being strengthened in silence. What used to shake you now reveals to you. You will never again mislabel a snake as family. You will never again tolerate deception in the name of loyalty. This healing is deep. It is spiritual surgery of the highest order. God is going into the memory of the moment when the betrayal first wounded you. He is touching it with fire and mercy. You will remember, but you will no longer hurt. You will see their face, but it will no longer pierce your peace. The trauma they caused is being uprooted. The spiritual toxins they left behind are being purged. You are walking out of this purified. You are walking out of this unchained. Comment Amen if you receive the healing that only God can deliver from this kind of pain. There is no returning to what was. And that's not punishment, it's protection. The table God is preparing for you requires clear hearts and pure intentions. You cannot take what is sacred and share it with those who once delighted in your delay. This blessing is not just an opportunity, it's a reward. And the reward is not just material, it's spiritual. You are going to breathe again without pressure. You are going to laugh without worry. You are going to rest without suspicion. God is placing angels around your heart now. You will no longer absorb other people's poison. You will no longer lose sleep over those who pretend to care but secretly compete. God is healing the place inside of you that still wants to understand why they did it. And His answer is this: they did it because they could not handle what I placed inside of you. You carry something they could not touch. And because they couldn't destroy it, they tried to destroy your peace instead. But their time in your life is over. The contract is cancelled. The access has been revoked. The page has turned. And you, beloved, are stepping fully into the chapter of restoration. God is not just healing you, He is elevating you. And the elevation begins now. This healing is not shallow. It is deep, sacred, and lasting. It reaches the very places you tried to hide from even yourself, the memories you buried so you could survive, the moments you laughed while your spirit trembled, the conversations you replayed at night wondering how love could turn so cold. God saw it all. And now, His mercy is flooding into those corners of your soul, washing away every remnant of falsehood that tried to linger. Comment 222 if you know God is healing you in the deepest parts of your heart. There is a grace on your life that cannot be erased by betrayal. No amount of gossip, slander, or manipulation can remove what heaven has written over you. You were marked for greatness long before they began their games. They did not see how deeply loved you were by God. They saw favor and mistook it for competition. They saw blessing and mistook it for arrogance. But what they missed was that your favor was born from faithfulness, your blessing came from brokenness you surrendered to God, and your strength came from seasons no one saw. And now, the Father who formed you in fire is calling you forward. Not into war, but into rest. Not into revenge, but into renewal. Not into proving yourself, but into peace. You will no longer carry their name in your